Question 1. What is the significance of a prohibition notice that is given to a particular work site? A. The site will need to be reviewed for safety features. B. Only a skilled crew is allowed to continue working. C. All personnel must immediately stop working. D. An on-site supervisor has been fined due to a lack of safety protocol. Correct answers is C. All personnel must immediately stop working. Question 2. What is considered a safe voltage when using electrical equipment on a construction site? A. 115 volts. B. 220 volts. C. 240 volts. D. 110 volts. Correct answers is D. 110 volts. Question 3. If a worker is uncomfortable climbing to a certain height on a specific type of ladder, he or she should A. Change the ladder. B. Notify the site supervisor. C. Ask for someone else to foot the ladder. D. Only climb up to a comfortable height. Correct answers is B. Notify the site supervisor. Question 4. Disposable earplugs are essential when working in loud environments. How many times can a disposable earplug safely be worn? A. Only once. B. Twice. C. 3 times if they are cleaned after. D. As long as the sound is inhibited, they can be used indefinitely. Correct answers is A. Only once. Question 5. What does the color blue on a fire extinguisher indicate? A. Water. B. Halogen. C. Dry powder. D. Carbon dioxide. Correct answers is C. Dry powder. Question 6. If a fire is encountered on the work site, where must all workers assemble? A. All employees must vacate the premises and head to the nearest source of water. B. The designated fire assembly point. C. Workers must remain on the site unless they are in immediate physical danger. D. Workers must immediately find their supervisor for further instructions. Correct answers is B. The designated fire assembly point. Question 7. What does a red and white sign displaying a finger pressing a button next to a fire represent? A. The location of the fire alarm. B. The location of the fire assembly point. C. The location of the fire extinguisher. D. None of the above. Correct answers is A. The location of the fire alarm. Question 8. A co-worker is dizzy and complains of feeling faint. What is the appropriate action to take? A. Have someone contact emergency services. B. Remove them from the sun into a cooler environment. C. Give them any appropriate medication they may need to take. D. Have them lie down in a comfortable position. Correct answers is A. Have someone contact emergency services. Question 9. What type of fire extinguisher should be used to douse a fuel-based fire? A. Wet chemical. B. Foam. C. Water. D. Carbon dioxide. Correct answers is B. Foam. Question 10. Equipment that has been issued a prohibition notice must be A. Operated by approved personnel. B. Operated by senior staff only. C. Cease to be operated until checked for safety. D. Discarded immediately. Correct answers is C. Cease to be operated until checked for safety. Question 11. Which voltage can cause severe injury or death? A. 110 volts. B. 220 volts. C. 480 volts. D. All listed voltages can cause death. Correct answers is D. All listed voltages can cause death. Question 12. What does the term PAT signify when referred to in the construction industry? A. Portable appliance test. B. Professional appliance test. C. Professional aptitude test. D. Portable application test. Correct answers is A. Portable appliance test. Question 13. What purpose does a steel toe serve in a work boot? A. Increased traction when working from heights. B. Increased comfort. C. The steel will keep the foot more aerated than a normal boot. D. Protection against falling debris from above. Correct answers is D. Protection against falling debris from above. Question 14. A first aid box is designed to be used on a site that contains more than A. 5 employees. B. 10 employees. C. First aid boxes are required regardless of the number of employees. D. First aid boxes are provided at the employer's discretion. Correct answers is C. First aid boxes are required regardless of the number of employees. Question 15. Which of these items would not need to undergo a PAT test in the workplace? A. A battery-operated drill. B. A coffee machine. C. A television. D. A plug-in battery charger. Correct answers is A. A battery-operated drill. Question 16. When referring to ladders, which out of these 4 statements is not true? A. Ladder needs to be footed for angles less than 75 degrees. B. 3 points of contact need to be maintained when using a ladder. C. Fiberglass ladders can help lessen the chances of electrical grounding. D. A ladder should always be painted to avoid excess wear and tear. Correct answers is D. A ladder should always be painted to avoid excess wear and tear. Question 17. Which condition is most likely if someone's body comes into contact with wet cement? A. Chemical burns. B. Internal bleeding. C. Temporary hair loss around the area of contact. D. There is no effect. Correct answers is A. Chemical burns. Question 18. For safety purposes, what is the optimal ladder angle when placed against the wall from the ground? A. 45 degrees. B. 75 degrees. C. 25 degrees. D. 40 degrees. Correct answers is B. 75 degrees. Question 19. Why does a work environment need to be kept clean? A. To deter rodents and other such animals. B. To reduce the risk of slips and falls. C. To protect the environment. D. All of the above. Correct answers is D. All of the above. Question 20. What is the primary reason that employees must report any and all accidents that occur on the job site? A. Insurance reasons dictate that all incidents be reported. B. Accountability needs to be firmly established. C. Only major accidents need to be reported. Those resulting in minor injuries do not. D. Employers and employees can learn from the incident. Correct answers is D. Employers and employees can learn from the incident. Question 21. What must do when working in a hearing protection zone? A. Cease using loud equipment and machinery. B. Wear adequate hearing protection. C. Avoid speaking to others, as they may become distracted. D. Work quickly and exit the area to avoid hearing damage. Correct answers is B. Wear adequate hearing protection. Question 22. When are the rules regarding health and safety normally discussed? A. After your first shift. B. After the first full week of work. C. At the site induction. D. As soon as your first task is assigned. Correct answers is C. At the site induction. Question 23. Green safety signs signify A. An employee must do something. B. Safe conditions. C. A hazard. D. Fire alarm point. Correct answers is B. Safe conditions. Question 24. Which type of extinguisher should be used on Class F fires? A. Dry powder. B. Water. C. Wet chemical. D. Carbon dioxide. Correct answers is C. Wet chemical. Question 25. Equipment being used has recently been served a prohibition notice? If you are using this equipment, what should you do? A. If the device seems to be working properly, continue to use it? B. Nothing, the notice is only for a specific employee. C. Cease using the device until it has passed a safety inspection. D. Report the notice to your supervisor at the end of your shift. Correct answers is C. Cease using the device until it has passed a safety inspection. Question 26. What would you do if you notice a live electrical wire fall into a puddle of water? A. Notify others nearby. B. Immediately remove the cord from the water. C. Carry on working and report it later. D. Avoid the area completely. Correct answers is A. Notify others nearby. Question 27. Why must workers sign in when entering a site? A. To make certain that all are accounted for in the event of an emergency. B. Working hours need to be recorded by the HSE. C. To make certain that the correct number of hours are being worked. D. It is not compulsory to sign in. Correct answers is A. To make certain that all are accounted for in the event of an emergency. Question 28. Why is a site induction important? A. All relevant health and safety rules are discussed. B. Workers can determine the best way to perform their job. C. First aid packs are distributed. D. It provides the opportunity to meet all managers and supervisors. Correct answers is A. All relevant health and safety rules are discussed. Question 29. What are Class 3 ladders designed for? A. Home or domestic use. B. They are to be used with jobs that have heights greater than 30 feet. C. They are designed to be used with jobs where bucket lifts are not possible. D. Building site purposes. Correct answers is A. Home or domestic use. Question 30. After working on a site for a number of months, you feel that some of the safety measures may be outdated. What should you do? A. Speak to other co-workers regarding this concern. B. Consult your supervisor accordingly. C. There is nothing that you are able to do. D. Write to the HSE. Correct answers is B. Consult your supervisor accordingly. Question 31. Which of these best describes a toolbox talk? A. It's a detailed guide on how to store your tools safely. B. It's a short discussion on a specific health and safety topic. C. It's a guide that outlines the tools approved for use on site. D. It's a guide that explains the benefits of choosing the right tools for a job. Correct answers is B. It's a short discussion on a specific health and safety topic. Question 32. A near miss can be described as A. An accident that resulted in time off from work. B. A minor accident which could have been avoided. C. An accident which was narrowly avoided. D. A minor accident that was unreported. Correct answers is C. An accident which was narrowly avoided. Question 33. What's the main purpose of a risk assessment? A. It tells you who is in charge of health and safety on your site. B. It provides in-depth statistics of all recorded accidents. C. It identifies hazards and provides a safe method for carrying out a task. D. It tells you the location of all safety equipment. Correct answers is C. It identifies hazards and provides a safe method for carrying out a task. Question 34. The responsibility of managing health and safety on a construction site belongs to A. Your supervisor. B. Your health and safety rep. C. Your site manager. D. The HSE. Correct answers is C. Your site manager. Question 35. After working a few months on a building site, you realize that the safety rules explained at your site induction are outdated. What should you do? A. Carry on working as site safety is not your responsibility. B. Ask your colleagues for their opinion and follow the recommendations. C. Raise your concerns with your supervisor. D. Create and implement your own safety rules. Correct answers is C. Raise your concerns with your supervisor. Question 36. All of the following are true about ladders except Choose two answers. A. Class 3 ladders are meant for domestic use. B. Ladders should be painted to prevent wear and tear. C. When using a ladder you should always maintain 3 points of contact with the ladder. D. 2 people can work on the same ladder as long as the supervisor approves. Correct answers is B. Ladders should be painted to prevent wear and tear. D. 2 people can work on the same ladder as long as the supervisor approves. Question 37. Which type of fire extinguisher should be your second option for tackling electrical fires? A. Foam. B. Water. C. Dry powder. D. Wet chemical. E. CO2. Correct answers is C. Dry powder. Question 38. Which of these should you consider before carrying a load? A. The distance you need to travel. B. Whether or not the path is clear and hazard-free. C. The weight and dimensions of the object. D. All of the above. Correct answers is D. All of the above. Question 39. RITTER is a health and safety term related to A. Safe use of chemicals in the workplace. B. Reporting of diseases and dangerous occurrences in the workplace. C. It tells you how to carry out a task safely. D. Proper manual handling techniques in the workplace. Correct answers is B. Reporting of diseases and dangerous occurrences in the workplace. Question 40. Maintaining a clean working environment helps to choose 3 answers. A. Reduce slips, trips and falls. B. Prevent animals from entering the site and spreading diseases. C. Eliminate the cost of hiring cleaners. D. Reduce the impact on the environment. Correct answers is A. Reduce slips, trips and falls. B. Prevent animals from entering the site and spreading diseases. D. Reduce the impact on the environment. Question 41. When should you report a health and safety concern to your supervisor? A. When your personal safety is threatened. B. When the safety of a coworker is threatened. C. When the safety of a third party is threatened. D. All of the above. Correct answers is D. All of the above. Question 42. What do cream fire extinguishers contain? A. Carbon dioxide. B. Water. C. Dry powder. D. Foam. Correct answers is D. Foam. Question 43. When using a ladder you should always ensure that you have at least _ points of contact. A. 3. B. 2. C. 4. D. 1. Correct answers is A. 3. Question 44. All of the following statements about manual handling are true except choose 2 answers. A. Back braces are designed to increase the amount of weight you can carry. B. The side effects of manual handling can go undetected for years. C. Manual handling should be avoided if you can use mechanical lifting aid. D. Wearing a back brace eliminates all risk of injury. Correct answers is A. Back braces are designed to increase the amount of weight you can carry. D. Wearing a back brace eliminates all risk of injury. Question 45. Blue and white health and safety signs mean A. A hazard is present. B. An action is mandatory. C. It prohibits you from performing a specific task. D. You're in a restricted zone. Correct answers is B. An action is mandatory. Question 46. The nozzle of a CO2 fire extinguisher is well known for becoming _ after use. A. Very hot. B. Slightly hot. C. Very cold. D. Slightly cold. Correct answers is C. Very cold. Question 47. How many basic elements does a fire need to thrive? A. 2. B. 3. C. 4. D. 5. Correct answers is B. 3. Question 48. If you're the first person to discover a fire, what should you do? A. Leave the building immediately. B. Activate the fire alarm. C. Head to your locker and get your personal items. D. Pick up a fire extinguisher and tackle the fire. Correct answers is B. Activate the fire alarm. Question 49. Which of these two types of fire extinguishers should you avoid using in confined spaces? Choose two answers. A. Water. B. Foam. C. Carbon dioxide. D. Dry powder. Correct answers is C. Carbon dioxide. D. Dry powder. Question 50. What type of health and safety signs are triangular? A. Prohibition. B. Mandatory. C. Hazard. D. No smoking signs. Correct answers is C. Hazard. Question 51. The responsibility of reporting unsafe working conditions on a building site is the responsibility of A. Your supervisor. B. Your health and safety rep. C. An HSE inspector. D. Everyone on site. Correct answers is D. Everyone on site. Question 52. What should you do if you're unclear about a particular topic discussed during your site induction? A. Ask your colleague at the end of your shift. B. Ask the presenter to explain further. C. Ask your health and safety rep at the end of your shift. D. Try to figure it out later. Correct answers is B. Ask the presenter to explain further. Question 53. Site induction should be attended by A. Managers only. B. Supervisors only. C. Everyone who will be on the site. D. Cleaners only. Correct answers is C. Everyone who will be on the site. Question 54. Which of these statements best describes a near miss? A. An accident which has gone unreported. B. An accident that was narrowly avoided. C. An accident which has led to time off work. D. An accident which has led to death. Correct answers is B. An accident that was narrowly avoided. Question 55. The main reason for carrying out an accident investigation is to A. Find the person responsible for the accident. B. Identify the cause of the accident so as to avoid similar accidents in the future. C. Identify the cause of the accident for insurance purposes. D. Find out the cost of the accident. Correct answers is B. Identify the cause of the accident so as to avoid similar accidents in the future. Question 56. What should you do if you are witness to an accident on site? A. Nothing. The person involved needs to report it. B. Report it to your supervisor. C. Keep quiet and try to protect your colleague. D. Nothing. Health and safety issues should be left to management only. Correct answers is B. Report it to your supervisor. Question 57. Serious accidents should be reported to A. The police. B. Your employer. C. An HSE inspector. D. Your worksite security. Correct answers is B. Your employer. Question 58. What does a risk assessment tell you? A. The hazards involved in a particular job and a safe method of carrying out that task. B. The correct procedure for reporting accidents in your workplace. C. The total amount of employees on site. D. Your contracted working hours. Correct answers is A. The hazards involved in a particular job and a safe method of carrying out that task. Question 59. Which of these best describes a toolbox talk? A. A short health and safety discussion on a specific safety topic. B. A short guide on where to buy the best tools. C. A short discussion on how to safely store your tools. D. A short discussion on the specific types of tools you'll need to work with. Correct answers is A. A short health and safety discussion on a specific safety topic. Question 60. Your friend was just involved in a near miss. What should you do? A. Ask him to be careful next time. B. Report it to your supervisor. C. Say nothing as it might get him trouble. D. Say nothing, it's his job to report his near miss. Correct answers is B. Report it to your supervisor. Question 61. Which of these best describes a fire assembly point? A. The designated place where fire extinguishers are kept. B. It's an area that has a potential fire risk. C. It's the area you should assemble if there's a fire. C. It's an area you must avoid if there's a fire. Correct answers is C. It's the area you should assemble if there's a fire. Question 62. What's the first thing you should do if you discover a fire on site? A. Activate the fire alarm. B. Grab all your tools and belongings and leave the area. C. Tackle the fire yourself. D. Run away from the fire and go home. Correct answers is A. Activate the fire alarm. Question 63. Where should you go if you hear the fire alarm? A. Go to your supervisor's office and tell him what's happening. B. Go to the site manager's office and tell him what's happening. C. Go to your designated fire assembly point. D. Go to the canteen and await further instructions. Correct answers is C. Go to your designated fire assembly point. Question 64. What does a HOD permit allow you to do? A. It allows you to carry out work which could start a fire. B. It allows you to work in extreme temperatures. C. It allows you to start fires on a work site. D. It allows you to carry out fire drills on site. Correct answers is A. It allows you to carry out work which could start a fire. Question 65. Which of these fire extinguishers should not be used on electrical fires? Choose two answers. A. Carbon dioxide, CO2. B. Dry powder. C. Water. D. Foam. Correct answers is C. Water. D. Foam. Question 66. Water fire extinguishers should only be used on fires fueled by A. Wood, paper, textile and solid materials. B. Live electrical equipment. C. Flammable liquids, gasoline, kerosene etc. D. Flammable gases, propane, butane etc. Correct answers is A. Wood, paper, textile and solid materials. Question 67. What chemical fire extinguishers were designed to tackle what class of fire? A. Class B fires. B. Class F fires. C. Class D fires. D. Electrical fires. Correct answers is B. Class F fires. Question 68. Class F fires are fires fueled by what type of materials? A. Flammable liquids, gasoline, kerosene etc. B. Live electrical equipment. C. Wood, paper, plastics and other solid materials. D. Cooking oils. Correct answers is C. Wood, paper, plastics and other solid materials. Question 69. Which two types of fire extinguishers should you avoid using in confined spaces with little or no ventilation? Choose two answers. A. Foam fire extinguishers. B. CO2 fire extinguishers. C. Dry powder fire extinguishers. D. Water fire extinguishers. Correct answers is B. CO2 fire extinguishers. C. Dry powder fire extinguishers. Question 70. Who is allowed to activate a fire alarm on site? A. Only a manager can activate a fire alarm. B. Only a supervisor can activate a fire alarm. C. Only a health and safety rep can activate a fire alarm. D. Anyone who discovers a fire can activate a fire alarm. Correct answers is D. Anyone who discovers a fire can activate a fire alarm. Question 71. Fire extinguishers which contain water will display a band of what color? A. Blue. B. Red. C. Black. D. Yellow. Correct answers is B. Red. Question 72. Fire extinguishers which contain carbon dioxide will display a band of what color? A. Blue. B. Black. C. Red. D. Cream. Correct answers is B. Black. Question 73. Fire extinguishers which contain foam will display a band of what color? A. Cream. B. Blue. C. Red. D. Black. Correct answers is A. Cream. Question 74. After using a CO2 fire extinguisher, the nozzle tends to get A. Very hot. B. Warm. C. Very cold. D. Slightly warm. Correct answers is C. Very cold. Question 75. What should you do if you discover a fire but you're not trained to use a fire extinguisher? A. Raise the alarm, then go to your fire assembly point. B. Raise the alarm, then tackle the fire. C. Try to tackle the fire, and if you can't control it, then raise the alarm. D. Try to tackle the fire, and if you can't put it out, grab your belongings and leave the building. Correct answers is A. Raise the alarm, then go to your fire assembly point. Question 76. Which of these should you stop and think about before attempting to lift a load? A. The weight of the load. B. The size and shape of the load. C. The best way of gripping the load. D. All of the above. Correct answers is D. All of the above. Question 77. What should you do if the trolley you're using gets damaged and one of its wheels fall off? A. Stop using the trolley and carry the load the remaining distance. B. Get a colleague to help you drag the trolley the remaining distance. C. Drag the trolley yourself. D. Find another way to move the load. Correct answers is D. Find another way to move the load. Question 78. What should you do if a load is too heavy for you to move on your own? There's no colleagues around to help you and the load cannot be divided into smaller parts. A. Place the load on your shoulders and carry it quickly to avoid injury. B. Use a forklift truck even though you are not trained to use one. C. Do not attempt to move the load unless you find a safe way of moving it. D. Drag the load on the ground. Correct answers is C. Do not attempt to move the load unless you find a safe way of moving it. Question 79. What should you do if you need to move items which are too heavy to carry in a single load? A. Ask your colleagues to help you. B. Divide the items and move them in smaller loads. C. Try to find a lifting aid such as a wheelbarrow or trolley. D. All of the above. Correct answers is D. All of the above. Question 80. What should you do if you need to lift a load which blocks your front view? A. Ask a colleague to help carry the load and ensure you both can see ahead. B. Ask a colleague to walk beside you and give instructions. C. Ask a colleague to walk in front of you and warn others that you're approaching. D. Carry on lifting the load because it's so large that everyone will see you approaching. Correct answers is A. Ask a colleague to help carry the load and ensure you both can see ahead. Question 81. The maximum weight you can carry should be decided by A. Your site manager. B. Your health and safety rep. C. You. D. Your supervisor. Correct answers is C. You. Question 82. What should you do if you need to carry a load down a steep slope? A. Roll the item S down the slope. B. Place the item S on your shoulders and take it down. C. Stop and assess if it's safe to carry the item S down the slope. D. Place the item S on your shoulder and run down the slope to finish quickly. Correct answers is C. Stop and assess if it's safe to carry the item S down the slope. Question 83. Is using a wheelbarrow to carry a load considered as manual handling? A. No, all the weight of the load is carried by the wheelbarrow. B. Yes, but only if you need to place items in and out of the wheelbarrow. C. No, unless the wheelbarrow gets a flat tire. D. Yes, you are still handling the load manually. Correct answers is D. Yes, you are still handling the load manually. Question 84. Which part of your body are you most likely to injure if you lift heavy loads? A. Your back. B. Your neck. C. Your knees. D. Your legs. Correct answers is A. Your back. Question 85. What should you do if you discover a better way of lifting a load than the method currently in place? A. Ignore the current method and carry on with your own method. B. Ask your colleagues if they think it's a good idea, and if they agree, do it your way. C. Discuss your idea with your supervisor. D. Carry on using the method in place and forget about our idea. Correct answers is C. Discuss your idea with your supervisor. Question 86. What should you do if a previous back injury is affecting the job you're currently doing? A. Explain the situation to your supervisor before starting the job. B. Carry on with the job, and if you feel pain then tell your supervisor. C. Ignore the problem and wait for it to go away. D. Use a back brace and carry on with the job. Correct answers is A. Explain the situation to your supervisor before starting the job. Question 87. Before attempting to lift a heavy load, you should always try to A. Make sure your feet are placed as close as possible. B. Use lifting equipment or divide the load into smaller and manageable loads. C. Carry the load at arm's length, away from your body. D. Drag the load along the ground. Correct answers is B. Use lifting equipment or divide the load into smaller and manageable loads. Question 88. How should you position yourself if you need to lift a load from the ground? A. Feet close as possible, legs straight and back bent. B. Feet as wide as possible, legs straight and back bent. C. Feet slightly apart, legs bent and back bent. D. Feet slightly apart, one leg slightly forward and knees bent. Correct answers is D. Feet slightly apart, one leg slightly forward and knees bent. Question 89. How should you pick up a load which is heavier on one side? A. Ensure the heavier side is towards you. B. Ensure the heavier side is away from you. C. It doesn't matter which side is where. D. Do not attempt to lift a load which has its weight distributed unevenly. Correct answers is A. Ensure the heavier side is towards you. Question 90. If you need to move a load while sitting, you should always remember that A. You can move more weight than normal if you're sitting. B. You can move less weight than normal if you're sitting. C. It doesn't matter, as you can move the same amount if you're sitting. D. You can move twice the amount if you're sitting. Correct answers is B. You can move less weight than normal if you're sitting.